Alrighty, so hey guys, it's Driz150 here. We are starting out with a power gaming stream coming up at 9 a.m. In the morning. It's actually 9 a.m. Mountain Time, or 10 a.m. Mountain Time every day. 9 a.m. where I'm at, so 10 a.m. Mountain Time every day. I actually have a countdown on my Twitch channel, which is just twitch.tv/Driz150. So on the channel I have a countdown that will be counting down in your time, telling you how much longer you have until I stream. It's very helpful, so check that out. What we're doing today, however, is testing out a little bit of a dry run on some stuff that I've modded up and created for this character. So we're going to be doing a power gaming roleplay playthrough as John Irenicus against John Irenicus. I guess if you wanted to square this with lore, I guess you could say it's kind of like a clone, because he did have a lot of cloning experiments out down there, and one of the clones got out, and it's him. So he's got a huge amount of buffs. First off, he's got a ton of items. I buffed his stats all the way up to pretty much the max as they could be. He's got nasty Thaco, 5 attacks per round, 5 proficiencies in his fighting style and his staff, because I don't plan on using anything but the Staff of the Magi. And then a bunch of protections and stuff like that that are already naturally given to him. Now, he is a sorcerer, not just a mage, so the spells I gave him, I used an editor to add way more spells than usual to him, as you can see. As we go through each one, you guys can pause or take a look at these if you want to. If you don't know the spells, just let me know on the stream and I'll explain each one to you. Any you have questions for. I can cast 20 per level, which is way more than the usual 6, and 21 and 21 these levels because of the abilities, so way more than the normal, of course. On top of that, I added an addition that allows me to give permanent improved alacrity, as well as a casting speed or casting time speed increase of 10 by the factor of 10. So say one of the slowest spells out there would be Abidazim's Horrid Wilting, which has a casting time of 8. That is now 0. Actually -1. So instantaneous, pretty much it goes to 0. Because my casting speed is increased by 10, plus the items I'm using increase it even more. So even if it goes above 10, it's still not that slow. See, casting time of 9 on chain contingency, go off instantly for me. So stuff like that. So my spells go off instantly, and I can cast them as many times as I want without delay in between. So we're going to roll right through things. And then, that's not all. We haven't even stopped there. I bound all of the protection spells that I'm going to use to keys on my keyboard. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 protection spells that I use in almost every fight. As well as, I've also bound most of my major attack and area effect spells, as well as Dispel Magic and some other things, to another macro on my keyboard. So I bound all of them to keys, and then I bound those keys to macros. So all I have to do is click one key on my keyboard, and all those spells go off. So I have one for all my protections, one for all my attack spells, and then one that casts 4 lower resistances, and 1 greater malison, thereby stripping somebody of their, so greater malison is right here. As you can see here, it lowers all saving throws by 4, and then lower resistance is right here. So magic resistance, when it's cast on a target, it will lower the magic resistance of the creature by 10% plus 1% for level of caster, up to, I believe it's 30%. So a total of 30% per time. So I put 4 of them in the macro that go off within 100 milliseconds of each other. So in under 1 second, I cast 4 of those spells on a greater malison, thereby taking all of their magic resistance off, assuming they have 100%, and dropping their saving throws down to non-existent. So pretty much if something's super powerful, like I say a golem or a dragon, I would use the Dispel Magic macro, then the resistance is stripping macro after I use my defense macro, and then use the attack macro to destroy it. Pretty much, I don't think there's anything in the game that's going to slow us down. Now, we will take our time, you know, every now and then and just use some fun spells and stuff like that. But for what we're doing as a test right now, we're going to test out the macros to make sure the actual big bonuses work. So I'm just going to walk on in here. They're going to talk to me. Actually,
just as I thought.
First. So we have a thief that goes invisible and backstabs, does ×6. I think he's an assassin. This one's a barbarian using a berserking +3 sword, so I need protection for magical weapons, which is one of the spells in my macro. This guy's a berserker using a hammer. This one's a quasit or a mephit that can cast spells as well. It's a familiar of this guy, who is just a stereotypical mage or sorcerer, because his name is Sorceress Amon. So These guys are really just a big pile of assholes that are here to insult you and kind of give you a fight early on. They're really tough if you're just coming right out of Irenicus's dungeon, so I don't recommend going immediately after them. But a little bit later on, you can roll up in here, destroy them, get some good equipment, as well as some things to sell and make some money. As well as a good amount of experience per one. I think they're worth a few grand a piece. So this is a great little adventure if you guys don't know about it. It's in the Joaquin's Promenade, of course. And this is a fun little test out. So this is where I'm going to use it first. So we're going to become visible and make him talk to me. Once he talks to me, I'm going to set off my... And they all turn hostile. I'm going to set off my defense macros, which also has a built-in Wail of the Banshee to kind of have a chance of killing anyone within like 15 feet. So we'll that'll be cast as well. It might catch... It'll probably catch him. He has low saves. It might catch them. Not sure yet. But these guys should survive, and I'll have a chance to test my attack macros. Which all I have to do is point it at somebody and click the button, and all of them go off. So here we go.
Miss Timber's bad enough without ye
Hardy har,
bothering me.
haha, I'm an elf, I'm ugly, you're a dwarf, you're so cool. I won't take his insults, they all turn hostile. Well, the Banshee caught both of them, invisible, which means they can't target me yet. That's his true sight. All of the defenses are up. As you can see on my picture, you can almost not see the face anymore. I have so many defenses up. I pretty much am immune to life at this point. Like, you know, even the rent bill isn't going to close how difficult this is going to be to take all this stuff off. So now we're going to use the attack macro as the next one. We're going to target it on Poop. He'll die almost instantly. Target begins as well, and then back one more time. All the bills go off. Dead. Jeez. So cast Prismatic Spray, Abidazim's Chain Lightning, Cone of Cold, Flame Arrow, Power Word Stun, Dispel, and Dispel Magic. Those are the spells in my attack macros. And as you can see, the moment I cast it, most of them didn't even survive the first 2 or 3 spells. I only put that many in there so that I would be able to, you know, overcome any group or large amount of enemies, no matter how many of them save. There's always another spell coming through. So as you can see, there's some pretty good items in here. A couple of Rings of Invisibility, the Cursed Berserking Sword, some +1 Thief stuff. Here's this is where you actually, in Baldur's Gate 2, get the Whispers of Silence Cloak, which gives you non-detection. He's already wearing it, as you can see. This one gives you non-detection from any kind of detect invisibility or scrying, true sight, stuff like that. It doesn't work. So yeah, guys, that is our little demonstration of what a little sample of what we're going to be doing in this power gaming stream. Just kind of test the limits of Baldur's Gate, see how far we can go, and see how much fun we can have.